Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World. Me, John Jordan. So in this video, we're going to have a look at what's going on with Everai. I guess it's Everai. Could be Ever IA, I suppose. But anyway, Everai, I call it. Maybe it's because they're French. I think they call it Everai. Anyway, the start of the project was sort of like an effective PFP NFT project on Ethereum. 777 of these sort of robot type PFP NFTs, but actually there's obviously with all these things much sort of deeper vision of what's going on here. So this is the first sort of level we've seen of this. I won't go into all the detail, you can sort of check it all out. It's interesting, particularly because although there's a whole bunch of sort of lore and sort of backstory that's being worked out at the moment, there is sort of the primary reason behind this project is they want to have a game. They actually did a game previously called the Game of Blocks, which has nothing to do with this one. This is a sort of totally different project. But interesting to see. I don't really know. There's not much detail about the game, but sort of that's why I'm keeping an eye on it. So what they've done now is they've launched this thing called the Origin project, and this is sort of like a bit of like a sort of staking project. So if you have one of the PFPs, which they look like this, so currently selling sort of 0.13 or 0.14 ETH. Yeah, they sort of look. They don't actually look. I don't think they look that amazing, but I think like with PFP projects, sometimes we get a bit carried away with what they look like. And it doesn't really matter too much sort of what they do look like. It's sort of the functionality involved with them and the vision behind it. So anyway, this is what these things look like. They're called duos. And what we do here is they've sort of positioned it as this sort of a pilot program. So and what you need to do is you obviously if you want to get involved with this, you have to have a duo. And basically you put it into stasis. So you can see this is my one here, and I've just put it into stasis. So you actually just sign an Ethereum transaction. You're not actually signing a you sign a transaction. You're not actually doing a transaction on Ethereum blockchain. So there's no gas fee, and you basically lock it into this sort of what they're calling the Origin program, and basically a certain period of time you get rewards from it. So if we go to rewards here, we can see here in about a week's time. I will get some memory cores. And the longer you leave your duo in stasis, the more of these things that you get. And then these are useful for sort of like another sort of NFT sort of companion project, I suppose, of the main project. And this plays into the sort of the backstory of what's going on in this world. So basically, you get your duo, stick it in stasis, then you get these memory cores. These are the rewards. 9 different types of memory cores, and the memory cores are burnt when you link them to the Origin archives. This bit's not live yet. The Origin archives are live and the memory cores are live, but the linking bit isn't live yet. This is what happens when you combine a memory core into an archive, and that sort of gives you a bit of backstory. Burns the memory core. So this sort of stuff's coming soon. 9 different archive sets. Each set contains 3 unlockable chapters. So you can see there's a whole bunch of sort of stuff going on here. So there's a whole bunch of these. These are the 9 sets. So there's the source, the paths, last transmission, blah, blah, you sort of get the idea. And each of these has 3. So that's, if my math is correct, 27 in total. But yeah, you can sort of choose your favourite, and you can sort of level them up. So let's have a look. Where are we? This is what the first of the archive looks like. It's just like a video artwork, and then this is what the memory cores are like. It's not going to load at the moment. Oh, there we go. So the memory cores like this. There's very different sort of types of them, and at some point you'll basically take one of these and burn it to unlock different things in the archive that we saw there. So that's sort of what's going on at the moment. Obviously, there's nothing really to do formally with the game. This is just sort of backstory stuff, and it is the usual way of sort of building community and making these NFTs, which otherwise have just been sort of sitting in people's wallets, not really doing very much. Now it gives them some sort of functionality in the sense that you're using them to create new assets that then have a impact in the sort of long-term idea of community and the long-term sort of progression of the overall project. So I thought it was worth looking at. Keep an eye on what's going on with with Everai or whatever however you pronounce it. So thanks for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel and see you again soon.